So I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas and you are now looking forward to the new year. Tonight in this episode we are looking at a multicam setup, and if you stick around we're going to see how this is done. Welcome back guys, it's Byron Phillips from byronphillipsmedia.com, and like the intro suggests, we are looking at doing a multicam setup tonight. So the three cameras that I've got set up is the Panasonic G7, I've got the Samsung S9 on the Edelkrone motion control system, and I've got the Samsung Note 10. Now I don't have three good cameras like the G7, and some may argue that the G7 is not a great camera, but to be honest with you, I personally think it's fantastic for the money, so I'm using what I can. Now the reason why I need to set up a multicam setup is that I'm doing some projects in the coming year whereby I am doing a documentary, and I'm also doing some interviews for some clients who want to demonstrate or have a chat about their business. So the reason why I'm doing this is for those projects. So this is not a show and tell of look what I can do. This is literally me setting my business up and trying new things to make things as good as I can with the money that I've got. So like I've said, the Samsung S9 is being run on the Edelkrone slider, which is the slider V1, not V2, sorry. And that is currently doing a panning motion. Now I've already done this one tonight, and when I reviewed the footage, I got things wrong. So that was set at 20% speed, which meant that it was taking 100 seconds to get just one cycle of the track. Now when you were reviewing that footage, it looked bloody slow because I've got nothing in the foreground, and because it's only a 20 centimeter slider, that really doesn't look like it's moving much. So I've got the moment 58mm 2010 telephoto lens on it, so, and I've set that now to 40%, so fingers crossed this is actually panning much better. The downside is that you can pick up the audio from the slider on the S9. Now the other camera is the Samsung Note 10. You'll have to excuse me, I'm tired. I've done this a few times and I just want to go to bed now. But that's the Samsung S10. Now that is at a different angle, and that is also a static. That is not on any motion control system at all. Now I could use the Osmo to do some motion tracking, but I'm not going to bother. So between the three cameras, I'm going to use DaVinci Resolve to use the multicam setup, and hopefully this will go really well. Now the challenge I'm going to have is that the lighting and the color grading between the three cameras is going to be different. So at the end of this, I'm going to take a sample with a grey card. I should have done that at the start, but my head's all over the place tonight. So fingers crossed we're going to be okay. Now for the audio, I'm using the Zoom H6. So this is on a boom mic currently, which is being pumped into the H6. I've got the XY as a backup for that, so that'll record a separate backup track at a lower gain. I think it's minus 20 dB. What I'm also doing is I'm also feeding the line out directly into the camera. So that is also recording this audio track from the H6 directly into the camera as well. So there's the additional backup. In conjunction with that, I'm also using a lav mic, and this is also being recorded on a separate recorder which is in my pocket. Now I'm really paranoid about something failing, so I want as much redundancy as I can. The recorder that I've got is an IE Geek, and I think I paid 20 quid for that, and I've got another one on the way because it's working out really well. So I'm going to get the two clients set up with the lavs, the boom mic and this, so fingers crossed the audio should be good. Now what I want to make sure is tonight is that the quality of the other two cameras are okay. Got a feeling the Samsung S9 isn't going to do very well, but I'm hoping the Note 10 will be reasonably well. And when I'm doing the editing, I'll actually go through and I'll label which camera is which, but it should be obvious with the motion and the different angles. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at another video that I've done setting this system up, because the rig itself is, I've updated the rig since the last video. It's a wider slider, and there are now 4 carriages, which allows me to do a lot more with the system and it being maintained, well, more mobile. But I've also attached a boom arm, which is also on the slider as well, so that's working out brilliant. So fingers crossed this is all working well. And let's jump into the other video and go from there. Right, so this part is going to be showing how we set up everything in the previous clip. This part is a lot about me working things out, because I've not done this bit before. So what I want to achieve is a 3-camera setup for an interview and a documentary that I've got coming up, that I'm working on. It's one of the goals that I want to do for 2020, is to do more documentaries, and I'm actually working on one at the moment. So what tonight is going to be about is literally getting everything set up and working out what I need to do. So I've got to set up the main rig, which is what you guys have seen before. So I'm going to set that up now. There has been a change in the platform. I've made it bigger because the current setup was fine, but it's not going to work for a 3-cam setup. So I wanted to keep it small but still maintain enough that it will allow for those options. So we're gonna get to it. This will be providing a backup. That's one of the main mics. We've got the lav. So I'm just trying to get, and then what will happen is this, I'll feed a cable from the line out into the camera, so that's a backup as well. So I've got a backup on the lav, I've got this on the track on the actual H6, I've got a backup then, so if anything goes wrong with the audio on the card or anywhere, thing has crashed, I've got backups. And then you've also got really crap backups on either one. So the Note 10, I don't have for some reason they've got rid of the epoxy audio jack, and that's the only thing that's really bugged me with the Note 10. On the S9 you've got a standard 3.5mm audio for the headphones, and that works out perfect because I can put a nice mic into that. So I might put my mobile microphone into that as a additional backup, but it might pick up the motor noise. It's just frustrating me why they've done it. I love the Note 10, it's a fantastic phone, fantastic camera, but that's the one thing that's pissed me off. Right, so you can actually come here. You will be a little bit higher, the angle, but if I can get all those eye levels, it'll be a nice contrast. Fingers crossed. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to give a little tour. Right. Take the autofocus off, or put it on. Right, so this is, right, so let's just get you there. Right, so obviously we've got the monitor here on the bar and the carriage, so this can move over as much as I need. Now if you notice, this is the newer slider. This is 120 centimeters. It's holding all the weight. It is a little bouncy, I'm not going to lie, so if you notice it is bouncing a bit, but it's nowhere near as bad. I've double skinned this, so this is 2 sliders in one. It's just I've removed the feet here in order to make this more sturdier. But what this means is that I can have 4 carriages, which are from other sliders, all by Newer, but it means I can put this, the camera, accessories, and I got another one for the Edelkrone. So in the one system, I can put that, the motion control, the main camera with the H6. I've got a microphone boom arm, which will go above my head. And then I've got the field view monitor, the Des view, which this camera is going to be here. Now the beauty of this is that I can move it. So if this is not right, we can just reposition it. If it's not right there, then I can move it here. It just makes sense. It does. That way then, it won't be a case of if I get to a client site, I set up, and then some numpty comes in and says, you can't set up here, what I wanted was over here. I can go, oh, fuck you. I got my wheels, got my rig, I'll just move. The only bitch is all that. Can't obviously see it because the exposure, but yeah. So right, so the next thing to do is to get this on there, and then we've got the 3 cam setup. So again, we'll have the Note 10 at a different angle pointing in. We'll have this, which is using the Samyang T2.2, which is a cine lens. I could put the focus wheel on there, but I'm not going to bother, there's just no need. And then we've got the motion control, so that'll all be going back and forth. Now thankfully I do have a pad that will be able to control this while I'm doing stuff. But yeah, fingers crossed. So hopefully this is all gonna go reasonably well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. It might have, I'm not sure if I was going to do a time lapse, or I just haven't decided at this point in time because there's a lot of content to show. But I'm really pleased with how this is working out so far. The next video that we're going to be doing in this is literally going to be showing you how I've done this work in DaVinci Resolve and how I'm using the multicam setup. Now when I tried this before, for some reason, I think it was the S9, the audio on the S9 was crap and it wasn't picking me up very well. So when it came to syncing all the streams together, there were large portions where the S9 was black. Even though the video was there, it just wasn't syncing up, and it was just syncing up what it could match with the audio. So fingers crossed, this will go much better tonight, and we can, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So leave a comment, let me know what you think about the outcome. Does this work? What do I need to improve on? I know that the quality with the 2 camera, the mobile phones, is not going to be the same as the G7, but they're not going to be used for extensive part of the interviews. They're just going to be different angles to make the actual shots more interesting. So fingers crossed, when I can get the color grading done and everything, they'll be okay. So leave a comment, let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, trying to grow the channel in the new year. And yeah, I'm just trying to grow the channel and get as much subscribers as I can, not because that is that's the end goal. The end goal is for me to provide as much information as I can to the viewers on the journey of building your new business and what goes into doing that, and the things that I'm doing as a new startup, and hopefully that will help you guys. So have a cracking new year. like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.